All right, it says we're live. Hey everybody, welcome. Hey Mike, welcome. And welcome Miss Orchid. It's my newest snake. She was named in Pam's stream last week, or this week actually. And she's just up from a nap, which they do a lot, and she's even still feeling warm. So she's rowdy, and but she'll settle down a little bit. And Pam messaged that she might make it. She'd try. She's got stuff going on. And Susie, we haven't heard from. She did see the link though. It shows she saw it, so she may be on, but she may have a conflict. So you got Mike and I and Orchid for now. So if anybody wants to come up, let me know that too, and we'll put the link down. Couple things have been in the news and that I thought of, and there may be other reptile things that I'm not aware of or didn't mention in the description, but I know everybody that has reptiles was aware of what's going on with Brian Barczyk and his diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. And he, well, everybody knows who he is. He's one of the 3 or 4 top big reptile channels that we all follow, and he's got a really nice facility with reptiles and really highly acclaimed for his care of the animals and so forth, but while keeping things very interesting. His family's involved in it, and he was about to or had already started a aquarium, really nice aquarium across the street from where he is. And so then he got this diagnosis after that had started. So sometimes people beat it, but the odds are not good. So hey Lady R, and my goodness, outdoors. Oh hey outdoors, yeah. Anyway, so they did an auction for him at one of the, which big event was that, Mike? Do you remember recently? A lot of the reptile people that were at an event. Tinsley, maybe?
Might have been Tinley.
Tinley. We have a Tinsley Park here in town. I always say Tinsley. Hey, Whips. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Nona. I didn't speak to you early. Sorry, Nona. Welcome. But anyway, they raised like $60,000, I think, for him there. But he's trying to raise $2.5 million. So he set up a GoFundMe somehow. Apparently, he can get through now. And he had raised about $260,000 the other day. I looked at it. Get your tongue out of my ear, girl. I didn't realize she was right there. Earwax couldn't taste good. Anyway, so I donated a little bit to him each time. It all adds up. So I hope he reaches his goal. He's in his chemotherapy now, but it just really sucks. I'm thinking about his family. You know, there's been a very, very small minority of people that have said, you know, he's rich. You know, well, he's not. He put up a bunch of his money already back in this aquarium, but he only had so much. And he's just trying to look out for his family and, you know, his legacy also. So I think probably any of us that were reptile lovers and fish lovers would want to see our dream come true. He's trying to get the thing built by September or October. When something comes up, some event happens, I think in October. I saw on the GoFundMe. So I hope it happens, and I hope that he does make it till then to see it happen. But yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. He's continuing to post his videos and his reels and shorts and stuff regularly every day. He's posted a little bit of stuff about him going for his chemotherapy and stuff. And of course his wife's right there with him, and his kids are running the place, adult kids and teen kids. And he sold off a whole bunch of his stuff, a huge part of his collection. And I waited till the second day, and there was nothing I could afford or that I could get. People grabbed all of his stuff up because he had some really cool stuff. So, hey, Scuba Steve-O. So, anybody's thoughts about that or anything they'd like to add? He's just been a great guy. He's always there when somebody else needs help, and you know, he's just been a figure in the reptile community for years and years and years. She's starting to settle down now. She laid her head down on me. I was telling Mike and Pam stream the other night, I took her out and I held her a little while. And then I put her around my neck. See her watch the camera. She likes the screen. And Blackie said he thought it was probably the infrared or whatever coming off of it. But she stares at the screen a lot. She's sitting there staring. So I put her around my neck the other night on Pam's stream, and she wrapped around a couple times. But she's pretty long, this big old fat neck. And then she put her head like she's doing now, but on my shoulder. And sat there like an hour and watched everything, you know, just stared at it, or was asleep. You wouldn't know since she has no eyelids, right? So, hey Jeff, welcome. We have two guests actually that have committed to come, but lots going on, as everybody knows, with the season change, the time change, Easter, and other things, but two have committed, and I think they will. I just don't have a date out of them yet, and they don't want to commit and not be able to make it. So I would definitely rather have somebody be sure, you know, and not try to put themselves out or something. And I haven't heard back yet from, as far as the Tennessee Fish Mafia, shameless plug on Sunday night. I'm still waiting to hear from Tommy Boy about that. He thought he might have a conflict with some live stream he was committed to for this weekend. He wasn't sure which day or what time it would be. So he wanted to get that squared away, but I don't remember what stream it was. So I don't know whether it's his channel or one of the other two guys he mentioned. But anyway, he'll definitely come on. Hey, Paul. Hope you're doing well. So we've got him, and I'm really excited about his because he has a little bit of everything. You know, he's got a farm actually. He's got chickens, quails. I mean, he's got everything there. So, and like some of the, like I was mentioning about Brian, his set up his family. It's a family business. So, Rips. Bob, lean into that mic, brother. Thank you. I hate it when people tell me at the end or message me later and say, we couldn't hear you. Is that any better? What I was trying to, thanks, Mike. What I was doing, Mike knows before I went live, she got herself attached to the chair back there, and it's one of those that the backing has like scroll work. It's just a cheap chair, but you know, it's got fancy scroll work in it that's real small at one end, but she didn't get her head through. And she was going to get wedged in there, and I didn't want to pull scales off going back. Here's somebody backstage. I hope they haven't been there long. It's the Pam. Get her up here. Hey, Pam. Well, I guess it wasn't. There she is. Add the string. There. Stem buttons. Hey, Pam. She's got her mic on.
Hello.
Howdy. I hope you hadn't been waiting long. I've been trying to watch for you.
No, not too long. I've just been sitting here watching it snow like hell.
Uh-oh. Well, you hadn't missed a whole lot.
Trying to get some stuff done, and it's just been snowing all freaking day.
Yeah, I told everybody, she mentioned that you were busy, but you'd try to come in. I've just been talking about Brian Barczyk and his situation, you know, with having.
Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I hate watching it happen, but it's happening.
I was just explaining about her. Look at her, watch the camera. That how the other night she got named on your stream, Orchid, and the reason I was leaning way back away from the camera instead of pulling the chair up, I just leaned back because before the stream, she attached herself to the chair twice, and he would get wedged in.
Have you got her to eat yet?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. What about the male? Have you gotten him to eat?
Well, both of them I had to, when I went to get the Brazilian rainbow, a medium mouse, I got them each an adult white mouse, a medium rat. I got them each an adult mouse live, and they were on that like white on rice. Poor thing. Hey, girl. She did eat immediately. She woke up out of a dead sleep with that mouse went in there, and so did the other one. So
Good.
they in just 2 or 3 minutes they took the mouse. So
Oh, good.
I don't like to watch that, but and
No, it's like necessary.
it has to be. I
It's
can't
one of
let her
those
starve
things.
to death. And I'm trying to get her conditioned anyway to breed with the other one. So I've got to keep them both conditioned. So if they have to eat live, that's what they'll have to eat.
Yeah.
But I was
And
just trying
how are
to.
you doing, Mike? Did you get your house yet?
No, it's still not done.
Uh, is it getting closer though? Do you know?
Yeah.
75 right now in California, Huawei. Grasshopper said, "Hey, Mom, I don't know if he's talking to the snake or you."
75. Oh my God. It's like
Hey, Holly.
29 and snowing right now.
Yeah. 81 here.
Oh crap. I don't even want to hear it, you guys.
We got real
It
bad.
was almost 70 yesterday and today it's snowing.
Well, that's how we have it in Tennessee all the time, but it just happens so much. You talk about some junk in the trunk. Look at that.
Wow. She's actually pretty good sized, huh?
Yeah. I was telling Mike how she was so calm the other night on your stream and then stayed around my neck once I put her around it and watched the
Oh my
stream.
gosh. It's Haley.
Hey, Haley.
Hi girl. Miss you.
What are you up to?
Hi Lady R.
She's got it. I can tell you some things she's up to. She's got her a new baby. I think
Yeah,
a
I
new
saw that
man.
on Facebook.
A
Yes,
new
yes.
man. Yeah. She don't play around. Haley don't. And congratulations. I think I liked it when I saw it on Facebook. Yeah. Watching a baby sleep. Oh, what's the baby's name?
Echo.
You know, when by having the Tennessee Fish Mafia time, that's a coveted day and time. Haley and I used to swap that out. And then when it evolved to the Tennessee Fish Mafia, I guess she got better things to do than stream on Sunday nights. So she just kind of let it but any time she wants the time or to start rotating the time again, it's hers. She knows that. So, baby dragon, Blaze Wyatt. So it's a boy.
It's a boy, yeah, if I remember right.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
Some of the names now are so you can't really tell. Our new secretary, our treasurer was saying I was talking to Taylor, getting ready to do the taxes at our accountant for the art, and he was saying he's really nice. They'd been emailing, and I said, well, Taylor is a girl, a lady. I met her, so it's hard to tell sometimes. Are those my crickets or yours, Mike?
It's hard to tell.
I know. I've got a whole bunch over here. I just fed some. The rest are after the stream, and Mike's got some, so probably talking to each other. Yep, little boy. You ought to come up and, let's see, show us your haircut. Trying to appeal to her womanliness because you know how delicate she is. Show us your haircut and what color it is. And say hi for a minute. You don't have any reptiles, do you, Haley? I was trying to remember. It's been a minute. You could have them now. Now you sit right there. What was I saying earlier? Oh, have you seen, Huawei, have you seen anything about the, we're also was going to talk about the, what they're calling Holy Thursday Massacre. Anybody that's following the reptile and the snake community has heard about that. But basically, whatever reptile or snake that they have in the Everglades in South Florida that's such a nuisance and it's killing off all the natural stuff. You know, they have people that hunt for them and all that. But there was a guy that the state TWC or FWC, Florida Wildlife, whatever, had no, I know what you're doing. See, I knew it. But she was pulling me back. I know what you're doing. Anyway, they had given this guy a year or something to get him, you know, placed or get him gone from his facility. And read that out. My hair is a mess. Look at me. I haven't cut the color. I don't have any reptiles at the moment. And my tanks all look like jungle. Oh, cool. That's my kind of tank. I've just been water changing. There you go. Well, you could still come up and say hello. If you want to, we'll put the link down there. But anyway, he asked for an extension. He got his number way down of the snake he did have that were supposed to be, you know, gotten rid of. He couldn't meet the deadline. And so he emailed or wrote the state and asked them, the Florida Wildlife Commission, and their response was to come, 3 officers come to his house with bolt guns, which, you know, is a bolt, and it's a gun, like a nail gun kind of thing, and they, you know, put the snake's head down and shoot the bolt through their brain. And it's supposed to immobilize them and then kill them within a few seconds. But he had an expensive other large snake that was 10 years old, and the snake's very valuable, and so are its babies. But it was pregnant, and he told them over and over like 10 times, you know, this one, and it's labeled and all that. And he set a camera up, and you know what happened? They killed it. And they even in the camera, it shows the guy reading what's in that tank. It's a huge snake, and not even looking nothing like what they were there to kill and had already killed. And they killed a snake. So it's that's just unheard of. You know, imagine somebody coming to your house to kill whatever chihuahuas or whatever kind of dogs that got outlawed in some state, within killing your Dachshund instead of the chihuahuas that were illegal. It's just crazy. I mean, so there's a lot of outrage about that, and a lot of people that are contacting the Florida FWC. And if I'd thought about it, I would have put the link. I did think about it, but I forgot to put it in the description. The channel that his name is, what is his name? Anyway, it's a big, huge issue. And that could be any of us. You know, when stuff starts happening like that in Florida, you know, there are invasive things in other states. Not that I've seen. Fungus covered with duckweed. Oh, you must be talking about baby ropefish. My ropes are in the 180. I had one of them jump out twice, Haley, but I needed 75 for my bigger snake, and so I moved them over there. And one did jump out twice, but I found it both times in time, and it hasn't jumped a third time. That's been maybe 6 months. Yes. How are you? She's so funny. She just comes and stares at you in the face like, hello. She did that to Cole, my nephew, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I guess now, at the Repticon or whatever. She got right up in his face looking. I had talked him into holding her. I said, she won't bother you, and then she did that. But she just looked at him and then went on. They do like to jump. Yes, they do. I tried having the water down, and you know, you can't close everything up because your hang-on backs have to go in somewhere. And that's where it was jumping out. I don't know if it's a male or a female. That's where it got out, but it hasn't anymore. And one of those times, one of my titles, I have 2 on that end of that 180, was down. I've replaced it since then, so that's probably how she got out so easy one time, and then she liked the freedom maybe, or I don't know. She hadn't jumped in months. Big Tank is in here. Susan Harris. Howdy, howdy. Sorry if I'm missing you guys in the chat, and I leaned back again. Sorry about that. They can jump 2 to 3, two-thirds of their body lengths. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, seeing this 180, I would have to let it down so far the titles wouldn't reach it. It is actually down below the rim line. I see now back there. I need to add a little. But they've been real good about not jumping out for several months, or that one has. I've also got my black ghost knife fish in there too. And it's become a big pet. It hid the first 2 or 3 weeks, but I hand feed it with a pipette bloodworms every day, every night. Haley, did you get the other pond up and running for baby dragon fish? Yeah, did you? I haven't seen a video about that. And no, Mike, I haven't got any, not even opened the door and looked in at my swimming pool in the bedroom. I haven't been in there for weeks. After this, I'm going to put up my plant light that I've had for a month sitting over there. I just have to put a hook in the beam above me and get the extension cord that I've had bought with it, and so that my plants have enough light back there. They're too big to put over in the window on those shelves, so it's not cutting it. Just sitting in the middle of the room. Yeah, she settled down, maybe. Maybe it's you, Pam, that she likes. Because this is the only 2 streams I've had her on. Yep, that was Pam. Look at her. Whoa, big yawn. Big old yawn. She did just wake up. Everything got pushed back. Nothing new set up. I hate being pregnant, and I was super sick and in the hospital. Oh no. And now I'm just super busy. Were you pre-eclamptic or something? So I need to know. That old nurse never dies, unfortunately. And if you were in the right place. Speak up, Bob. All right. If I put the screen just on me and make me bigger, will that make my voice louder? I don't think so. I'd get up there closer if I could. A little bit closer. Yeah, it's you, Pam, evidently. It's your logo. She sees your picture. She's staring right at it, too.
Huh.
I don't know what she weighs. I should weigh her because too much to hold up there like that. And she's still not tired of looking at your logo. That is crazy. You remember that from the other night, huh? Maybe? I don't know. All right. That's enough of that. Well, Bob, we will be able to hear you better if you shake your booty. Nope, you got to throw some green. You've got to throw some green for that. I don't twerk unless it's for money. I get all those free twerks I gave away. I think about that now. I could be a multi-millionaire. It's $1 million a twerk. So, like, is Mike getting $1 out? I don't know. He's picking up his drink. Huawei, he is speaking up. You should have been. Yeah, really, I know. That's why I was like, speak up. I could put on that those ear things. They make my voice better. The buds with the mic in them. If I need to do that, I will. I know where they're at today. Thought you were going deaf. See that?
Oh, I gotta go see if my coffee's ready yet.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to drink any tonight, but we'll see. I'm going to try to be up early enough tomorrow to go to Nashville and meet up with Ginger Graves and Tiffany White for that exotic pet expo. But if I don't sleep, I'm not going. Ed was invited too to come. Tiffany invited us, made sure we knew about it. And Ed had already committed to going to the local fish swap club, the Chattanooga one. Plus his dad's going with him to that. It's being held this month at a place that has ponds and stuff. So Scuba Steve-O, Twerk, Bobby Twerk. That's a start. Here, I loosened the drawstring on my shorts. It's a start. Thank you, Steve. Now Bob has to try. Well, wait, it's not that cheap. No. And you got to remember, they get a third of that too. YouTube or somebody hits it. Gotta go. Thanks, Haley. Love you. Behave your damn self. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Okay. Pam, she's searching for you. What about that? So everyday fish keeping. I keep wanting to lay back. She's heavy. Maybe I'll put her up. Everyday Fish Keeping came on, which is a fish channel, not a reptile.
See you later, Haley.
I always go back and watch his replay after this.
Uh-oh, did I miss Bob twerking?
I undid my drawstring on my shorts. That's what that got him. It's a process, you know. Mashed potatoes. Why can you only have soft foods? Have you had, I was going to say have you had a procedure, but if somebody's, were you on that slap show? Y'all seen that on Rumble where they grown men stand and slap each other as hard as they can? And the ratings on there, I watch it sometimes just because I want to see them pass out and stuff. It's on the new thing, Rumble. It's competing with YouTube or whoever, Facebook or whatever. So what happened to you, Mama?
I believe he had to have a tooth pulled.
Oh.
I was going to guess a lobotomy.
Lobotomy? I don't know. Pam, can you only have soft food on lobotomy? Or just coffee? No, I had a tooth removed and it's still very, very sore. Huh. Was it a wisdom tooth? I finally had to have mine taken out when I was like 27 or 28. I was living in New York then as a nurse. And the dental surgeon did it at the hospital I worked at. It was not fun. Mine had impacted and were growing forward. That's why all my bottom teeth are crooked. It was pushing them all together, or they were pushing forward. And no, I didn't want braces, and I still don't want braces. I mean, what would be the point? Yeah, it was a lobotomy. You got it, Mike. You guessed it. Come on, let's put you back in. Come on. Oh, she don't want that. Nope. There she goes.
Oh, sound like something broke.
No, it's the light that I'm going to put up back here. It's just the dome, the aluminum dome thing. It doesn't even have. Hey, Doesn't even have the bulb in it yet. A while ago when I was get your tail on in there. She's hanging on for dear life. Get in there. A while ago when I was getting her out, one of the clamps came off like a super rubber band and knocked the camera off. She's down there pouting now. She don't like that. She doesn't want to go back. All right. I like the tortilla slap thing. Yeah, that looks like it doesn't hold as much, and they keep laughing. But on this, is it mega slap or something slap? I mean, they just stand up there and face each other, and they can pull back as far. They have to keep their palm open. But some people fall down and roll, and some stand. Just depends on how hard you get slammed. I'd be afraid of a busted eardrum myself. Really couldn't hear then. Wish I could think of the name of the channel that the snake got killed on, that guy's channel, so Huawei could post the link. But I cannot think of it. We have the redneck slot fighting championships and the normal slot fighting. Is that slot or slut? Slot. There you guys, I can't read. That print is too small. I need to start going on my computer now that I figured out the password on it, that I'll have to cover the birds every time because they scream. They love Pam's voice. And it's in there where the birds are. Sam, will you Google Thursday Holy Thursday Massacre?
The what?
Holy Thursday Massacre.
Thursday Massacre? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot, Pam, you were sitting there at the computer. It's where it'll what they're calling that event where the guy's pet snake got killed. I found a couple channels. And I don't know what that one is. If I click it, I'll go out the screen.
FWC officer slaughter pet boa and 34 other snakes.
Well, it doesn't say his, but
Rodriguez reptiles.
That sounds like it.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Or you can even post the video if you want to.
That's what I'm doing.
And that way people can see. It doesn't show any close-up of, the actual euthanasia or whatever you want to call it of them, but you can see what they're doing. And then when they do it to the wrong snake, you're like, oh my God. And the guy was being forthwith, contacted them and said, I still have this few, and can I get an extension? And they just came out and killed them, but killed one of his, supposedly by mistake. But you see them read what kind of snake it is, and it looks nothing like the other snakes. And there were 3 of them. It's hard to believe that 3 grown men that are wildlife officers couldn't identify a snake, especially with it labeled.
Yeah.
So I heard today on one of the streams that there's some kind of lawsuit about it, but I'm not sure.
There should be. I would think there would be.
I don't know if it's that guy or who's suing, but it is a big thing, and it's going to continue to grow. They're posting the dates, like the commission. One of the cats accidentally did the 3 dogs. But she still tries. She'll try again in a half hour. But yeah, they're posting who the commissioners are and looking into the commissioners' backgrounds. They already see that almost every one of the Florida wildlife commissioners have big conflicts of interest just by being on the commission. They own properties, and they are actually the ones that are benefiting from snakes being hunted. And I mean, just all kinds of stuff starting to come out now. Not conspiracy stuff, just, now that somebody's taken a look behind the curtain, there's a lot hidden back there. So they're planning on going to the next meeting at sometime in May there, and people are contacting the governor's office. I tried to call today during the stream I was watching, and some man answered and put me on hold and never came back like 15 minutes. So I just hung up. Yeah, I know. I told Mike earlier if that was my snake, I'd be in jail. They would have met old Bertha. I don't care who they are. Old Bertha. It's not what you're thinking, Pam. That was old Bernard. Rodriguez Reptiles. Is that who owned the snake?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's sad, guys. Go take a look at it and you'll see. And the guy comes back in the room. They didn't tell him. You could read one of the officer's lips, on the camera that the owner had set up. And he said, "Holy shit, we screwed up," or something. You could read his lips very clearly. And then they didn't tell him. They just let him come back in the room and find his snake killed. And so he starts screaming, and he's on the camera, of course, still. And he says they wouldn't let him stay in while they were killing the others, while they were doing all the killing. So when they let him back in, he saw his snake dead on the floor with the others. And he said, "I told you 10 times. It's labeled right here on the tank." And it's crazy. It was almost deliberate. If it wasn't, they sure gave a good impression of just messing with this guy and killing his snake. The babies of whatever it is go for like 10,000 each. So they did screw up. I mean, that's what he's been selling them for previously, and she was pregnant. It's so sad. Gosh, that's all sad news. Is there any good news? Anything good going on? I already gave my good news that my snakes finally ate, but had to be live, but hey, it has to be, it has to be. I could actually get out the mahogany that I got her solely to breed with him. He's not quite as sweet as her. He might bite me. I hope not. If I could get him out just to have another snake on here. Should I do that or not? Or any other snake?
Get him out. Let's see him.
I could get any other out too. The only one I don't want to get out is the one that's finishing up quarantine this Sunday night for mites, and that's the end of the mites. I just don't want to put it on me just in case, but it's not showing any at all. And I've got the little blue-eyed Lucy. She's white, Snow White. Everybody's asleep. Everybody's asleep. I woke her up to get her out. She's already gone back to sleep, gone back in her hide. The only one that looks like it's awake is the African house snake. And I haven't handled it in a minute. Let me go around there and see if I can catch it. It'll be a little skittish. Wait a minute. Imagine that people will abuse the little bit of power they have. Yep, Yep. Well, they definitely abuse theirs. Definitely. You don't let me get you out? Huh? You don't let me get you out? This is going to be interesting because it's already thinking it's going to be fed. Already. Good news is they have small teeth and small mouths. You gonna bite me? Huh? You sure have gotten big since you were on the channel last time. I mean, out of your container at least. He sees. He sees. There we go. Look at that. Mike, you won't believe how big she's gotten. It's like almost twice as big. She didn't even try to bite me. She said, no, that big old fat arm, I can't do anything with that. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I want to say she's twice as big.
Wow.
This is like the one that's loose in the house all this time, or I think it probably got out of the house by now. Girl, you're cold as a snake. You are. She was sitting on top of her hide, even though she's got a heat lamp too. I love this snake, and that's why I got another one. Because they're so strong and they're just really cool. They're at the events all the time. I'm sure they'll be there tomorrow. They're real easy to handle, and they are so strong. They come in different colors, like browns and blacks, and they're African, South African, and they're called house snakes because they hang out near people, not in their houses, except the one I had loose for a long time. I used to see it, and I haven't in months. There is something about you, Pam. Snakes like you. I think Blackie's right. It's the spring.
Because Pam's so sweet.
Well, there is that. And these are both sweet snakes. I'm actually glad I got her out. Need to take a good look at her and make sure she doesn't have any mites. The lighting's actually better under the heat lamp. She's got a little scale pulled up right there, but it's not a mite. What happened to you? Did you get in a fight with some of those plastic plants? She can swallow a full-size mouse too. She doesn't look like it, but she can. Frozen frog. And she always meets me at the rims. That's when she was right at the rim when I opened it. And she kept waiting to grab the snake. She's fast, or the mouse. She did not bite me when I bypassed her head and went on down. A good girl. But yeah, people don't ever mention these when they talk about what's a good first snake. And I'm bad about not doing it too. I say corn snakes and ball pythons, but house snakes, African house snakes, are just totally awesome. They're even less bitey than, I would say, corn snakes. She's never bit me. She's never acted like she was going to. I haven't held her, I bet you, in a month, maybe 6 weeks. Last time I held her was when I first got mites, so that's been a minute. And I took everybody out and did a real close visual on them. I actually did it under the phone camera magnified to be sure. She didn't have any. It still doesn't.
Huh.
Realize I leaned back again. Thanks for posting that link, Pam and Grasshopper. Good girl. Don't you have a house snake, Tim, Mike? Or do you? No? I told Mike earlier too that I lost one of my sunbeam snakes. And it was the smaller one, the one that had an upper respiratory infection, but it cleared that. You've got a fast tongue. I've got a slow motion, like 3-second video of her when she was little, maybe 6 or 8 months ago. And I was going to put a mouse in, and she was waiting. She hadn't started meeting me at the top of the tank then. She was waiting for me to put it down in there, and as soon as I got over the tank, I dropped the mouse. I didn't mean to, but she caught it, met it halfway up. That's how fast she is.
Oh, wow.
She saw it come loose and start to fall, and she caught it. So now sometimes I'll just toss them and let her catch them. I want to do a video of that. That would be cool. She'll pick it up if you lay it down or hold it on tongs, but if I just toss it at her, she'll catch it. It's fast. Dee Dee Gonzalez. She doesn't have a name either. I call it she because I thought it was a female when I got it, but I've really never sexed her. Okay. Mike's not. What? Mike's not here, man. They might have done more than a lobotomy on him, Mike. He shook his head. He shook his head no. Or he shook it about something right at that time. So I don't know why I was thinking you had one. Oh, underground, not to do, yeah, hoping I'll get sponsored by them, right? Never in a million years, but Underground Reptiles, they still owe me, I think it's the $25 Christmas bonus off because I bought something that week or something, which was a Brazilian rainbow. But they have free shipping for this whole month for anything $200 or over. So if you have been stocked up on, feeders or anything like that you need. She just turned over the snake I just had out, just turned over her hide. That's one of the things I'm gonna start a list, and I'm gonna put that on there for a bigger hide for her tomorrow. She's trying to get under the flower pot, the plant pot. She's got the biggest one I have. It's still too small. I wonder where Mike went. I saw you leaving, Mike.
Oh,
There is something about the camera. I'll Google that and see if anybody's could do a video about that. Couldn't I? Show 10 different snakes and get them to all go toward the camera. Of all the things and the other snakes and critters in this room, she goes right toward the camera. Both of them did. Underground Reptiles. Yeah, it's tempting, but I just don't know that I want to spend $175 for stuff that, well, I can make sure I could give her a hide maybe. They don't have a lot of stuff except livestock. Looking at the difference in the sizes of the two snakes, and that ball python could double you down like a baby mouse. Good. Oh, and the guy that I was talking about last week that had to go out of town and went out of town with his wife and said we'll get together to schedule it. I did check back in with him, and he told me some reason he wasn't sure. He was looking at it or something, but that's one of the ones that committed. He's in Indiana, not Texas. It's a different guy than in Texas. So, and that's the one that Ed hung out with. Came here to the aquarium. All right, I don't see anybody else up. This might be the last one. Gomez is sitting over there wanting to get out. Guess I could get the chameleon out. I'm gonna get him out anyway for a while. All right, we'll be back. Pam, can you and Mike talk amongst yourselves? Not about each other, just amongst yourselves. Please, play nice. She's very slowly going back in. I thought she'd be glad to be back, but she's not. You're so well behaved. Lived up to your species' reputation. Because I can ham on you. Because you're a good snake. Pam, did Star run away?
She's back laying on the bed.
I knew she wasn't under there.
And then I got 2 cats laying at my feet, which caused problems a while ago because Mario went to lay down at my feet and saw the other cat was in this spot, and he just about came unglued attacking it. But they've settled their differences and they're both laying there now.
All right, it looks like this blue-eyed Lucy's awake. So I'll get her instead of the chameleon. He's going to get out anyway, so he doesn't need to be on camera. I thought she was asleep, but I put my finger down beside her by the glass and she started breathing fast, so she's awake. And I haven't handled her since she had mites. Come here, young lady. No, I just figured out that nobody cares anything about seeing me, and I can stand up here and be heard better. Plus, it doesn't hurt my knee as bad to stand, and you guys can see the snakes better.
Yeah.
I need another producer. Pam, this is supposed to be your job. And Mike, you're the director, damn it. So anyway, this is a blue-eyed Lucy, and she's being shy.
Yeah, all curled up in a ball.
Well, she was that way to start with, but she had her head above. There she is in there. That's how I found out she was awake. Come on. Come on. Nudge her out of there. They want to see her pretty blue eyes. There she is. She's a real good eater, but she eats the frozen thaw. I only got to hold her a couple of times before I had to treat her. I definitely don't like to hold them if there's any chance. I don't ever want to be spreading those things again. She's still a baby, but she's growing. Let's get a look at you. She's growing.
She's not that small.
Yeah, she's growing. I think I've had her, what, three months, something like that. Yeah, she's a good eater. And I'll definitely be breeding her when she's all grown up. Of course, blue-eyed Lucy's probably won't be in demand by then, you know. So many new morphs come out with the ball pythons all the time. Some of them I don't like, but I guess that's the whole point. I'm not big on the gray and the silver ones. I just haven't developed a liking for them yet. There we go. Yeah, she's a sweetie. I'm trying to think of her name, but I can't. I need to put their names and their ages and stuff on their tanks, so I don't have to remember that. That's a good project for the production crew. She likes you too, Pam. And what time is it?
It is almost 6:30. It's 6:29
Okay.
my time. So that'd be 8:29 your time.
All right. Well, I'm going to end it very shortly here then, because I got to feed early and all that to get in bed early if I'm going to try to go and meet up with Ginger tomorrow. I doubt I'm going to go, but I actually took my little rental car in for my truck being worked on. It was killing me because it's like riding on a go-kart on the ground. And
Oh, yeah.
they had got in a little SUV, and the seats can be raised up in it. Plus, I don't have to sit down on the ground to get in it. It's just like sitting on a chair and turning around. So I got that this afternoon too. So just to optimize the chances that I might drive over there. I hate Ed's not going, but hey, if I had a dad that wanted to go to my fish club meeting, that's where I'd be at too, you know. Ed is a good son. Plus, he's a good club member supporting them. There goes Tibby across the tanks. He heard me say I better get off here, so I'm not supposed to see him up there on the heat lamps. Well, all right, Pam, when are you streaming next?
Tomorrow night.
Saturday night. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Sandy. And Mike, do you have a stream plan?
Not on my own.
No? Okay. You'll be on then. Where will we see you next? Sunday night on Tennessee Fish Mafia?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be up on the panel or not, but I'll be in chat.
All right. Well, why the hell not? I'm teasing. Unless Tommy Boy is able to make it, we probably won't have a guest. I hate to ask two people, you know, because I like to just schedule one. And then when you go to ask somebody, hey, our person just let me know where they can't come.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that to people. But anyway, well, Pam, I will probably see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
And when I get back from, if I go to Nashville, when I get back, I go straight to the Ark. So, but I have someone to meet me if it's not after dark. She walks, so she can't come after dark. We shall see. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Give them a little cheesecake shot there. Well, cheesecake's not what we want with snakes, is it? Not what I remember as cheesecake. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Huawei. Thanks, chat. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Get us a thumbnail. Yeah. All right. Good night.
Night, everybody.